to you.
Friends, comrades, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jan Kavan, and I'm a former Czech foreign minister, deputy prime minister, and also former president of the United Nations General Assembly. However, I am first and foremost a lifelong peace activist, and today I'm glad that I can greet you in the name of our Czech peace initiative called Peace and Justice, which we have launched in January this year. And by today, we have almost 20,000 signatories, despite some vicious smear media campaign against us, and despite the fact that some of our leading signatories were forced out of job. I apologize, but I was not told that I have 3 minutes, and therefore I prepared a speech which will last probably 25. And I will therefore not take your patience or the patience of the organizers here. And I also brought with myself an article on the war in Ukraine and our perceptions of it, which I was not allowed to publish in my country, but it was published in Belgrade in Serbia, and I have it here as a leaflet, and some of them are on the desk there. It also includes at the end what we call Bahrain Declaration, which you probably don't know, but there is a UN body called Council of Presidents of the United Nations General Assembly, of which I am a vice president, and they recently met in Bahrain and issued a statement which explicitly, as the only UN body, explicitly calls for cessation of hostilities, otherwise known as ceasefire. Our appeal calls not only for the cessation of all supplies of weapons to Ukraine, but also for the end of hostilities by Russian military forces. Our media and our politicians accuse us that our proposed ceasefire is amounting only to capitulation of Ukraine and is thus a major concession to President Putin, and that is a classical disinformation by right-wing politicians. Only a ceasefire, which will be observed by both sides, can create sufficient space for diplomatic talks aiming to find a compromise and a peaceful solution of this conflict. As I said, I didn't count with the 3 minutes, so I'll give you just half sentences from an article where I try to explain how we see what the reasons which led President Putin to the invasion, and also our idea how a peace can be achieved. I would like to stress that there is no military solution to this conflict. And in this war between Ukraine and in reality a proxy war between NATO and Russia, which is a nuclear power, this absurd nonsense is really extremely dangerous, because in the unlikely case of forcing Russia into some sort of corner and, for example, threatening it with the loss of Crimea, President Putin may use a tactical weapon against Ukraine. Yeah. All right. So the very end is
Can publish your own lecture.
I know how to publish in my country. That's why I publish abroad. Let me then therefore skip to the end, and let me appeal to you that we should try to recreate a peace movement which I took part in the West in the 70s and 80s, and which unfortunately no longer exists. With all due respect to you here, we do need a European-wide or worldwide peace movement, and not just few courageous and highly respectful peace groups as we have today. Only a thorough major peace movement can force our governments to push for ceasefire and push for a creation of an international group which will guarantee the terms of ceasefire, and guarantee that negotiations between the belligerents will start. And you will not be surprised that this long article I prepared, I finished with a reference to a slogan of my generation when we quoted John Lennon, who said, "Give peace a chance." And I hope that we shall all give peace a chance. Thank you for your attention.